Trump is pulling the trigger on nuclear reactors, giving us finally cheap, abundant, safe energy. This is going to change everything. It's going to make us less reliant on bad actors in the world. It will allow us to provide enough energy for our homes, but also for all of our computers and all of our expansive electrical needs. And it's about time, because this has been an anti-science belief of the pagan, earth-worshiping left to stop nuclear power. Welcome to Doug in Exile. As we're going to go into this, because this is going to be probably the big winning issue in 2026 and the big issue for Republicans to win in 2028. So we got to start now. This is energy independence using nuclear.
Yeah, we're working on small reactors. I'm Jake DeWitt, CEO, co-founder at Oklo, working on small next generation reactors that take technology America invented, developed, and pioneered and bringing it to the market after it sat on the shelves of history for about 40 years. And it's because of the actions that you're doing today that are going to help unleash that. Changing the permitting dynamics is going to help things move faster.
When you ask me what worries me is this, look, we need this substantial permitting reform, that we aren't able to build things.
We're seeing private investment flow into the space like we've never seen before. We went public about a year ago. One of the most successful actually go public outcomes for a transaction like that for a small nuclear company, because the market needs this and wants this. And under your leadership, and nuclear is a manifestation of energy dominance. In fact, a golf ball of uranium metal, which this is not, but it's a golf ball, has enough energy content in it to power your entire life's energy needs. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And to get back to building, nuclear uses the fewest materials, right? The least amount of concrete, of steel, of fuel for amount of energy it produces. So it should be the cheapest, the most scalable, the most sustainable. Just like you mentioned, Mr. President, about the importance of doing that right. The physics are on our side, and these things help unleash this innovation to actually realize that. So it's never been more exciting.
This is physics and science. This is not a religion. The global warming stuff, which is anti-nuclear. And by the way, many environmentalists are pro-nuclear. France is environmentalist and extremely pro-nuclear. Now, of course, because Trump is for it, the Democrats have to grandstand against it, and it's going to be a losing issue for them. What will the Democrats run on in the future? Do they have a shot? Watch this.
What are we predicting so far? It would be nearly impossible to predict that Republicans would hold the House. Although we've just published an analysis in the crystal ball from some distinguished political scientists who have used another measure that has been ignored for the most part. What does the public think will happen? Which party do they believe will hold on? It's early, but even the early predictions often have been right from the public. And they seem to think Republicans will hang on to both the House and Senate.
And what do the public ever know? Their problem is that tradition tells them, and Hugh Hewitt has said this too, Republicans lose the House in 2026. That's flat out what happens after you win the presidency and you gain the House for your first term. It is extremely rare. That is, no one wants to predict the Republicans are going to hold the House in 2026 or even expand our lead. Well, what's going to happen? They're saying there's this one kind of metric that they hardly ever take into account, and that's what do you and I think will happen? And when they, lo and behold, when they ask the poll of what the people think will happen, the people think Republicans will hold the House and win in 2026. Other than what everyone thinks, the people, you and I think, it's impossible.
I don't buy it. Some of my colleagues do. I think the odds are substantial that Democrats will carry the House. We don't know the margin. We can't even guesstimate the margin. As I say, I think it could go up to around 20 seats. If it's an anti-Trump landslide, obviously higher than that, more than that, as it was in 2018, another anti-Trump landslide.
So all I want to know is, what are the Democrats going to run on to give them the House in 2020? Are they going to run against nuclear? Are they going to run against deporting criminal illegal aliens? What part of the Trump agenda are they going to run against? Are they going to run against making America healthy again? Are they going to run against DOGE, eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse? Guys in the chat below, give me one winning issues that the Democrats can run on that will give them the House in 2026. I can't think of one single issue. There's more on the energy stuff.
Energy security is national security. If we don't have reliable energy for our basing, for our troops, whether forward deployed or domestically, we're vulnerable. So by having small modular nuclear capabilities, which are rapidly being fielded,
these small nuclear facilities they're talking about, this has been an idea, like they said, that's been around for 40 years. It was stopped by Democrat environmentalists, hippies, the boomers. And so France already has them. They're mini nuclear reactors. You can do big ones, you can do small ones. It's easier to do the small ones because you can spread them throughout the entire country. Every major urban center should have a nuclear power reactor, a small one.
we can use on our bases here and around the world. We're creating an environment where if things happen elsewhere, the military can be relied upon. Also, we're including artificial intelligence into everything we do. If we don't, we're not fast enough. We're not keeping up with adversaries. You need the energy to fuel it. Nuclear is a huge part of that, modular or otherwise. So we're going to have the lights on and AI operating when others do not, faster than everybody else because of nuclear capability. So this is a big game changer for us.
No more blackouts, no more high cost. It actually makes even electric cars more feasible. You can get rid of those ugly windmills, totally inefficient windmills, which are just a joke, because nuclear will allow you to power everything, even when there's no wind. And unlike solar, when there's no sun, you can use nuclear. So every major city should have that. And are the Democrats going to run against it? You bet they will. They're going to do the China syndrome, Chernobyl, terrify you with their lies. And Jake Tappert will be on the front line telling you about the dangers of nuclear, because when has media ever lied to you?
Trying to bring back the U.S.'s lead in producing nuclear fuel. So just like car engines need fuel, nuclear reactors need fuel. Right now, the U.S. is completely dependent on other countries to make the key step of enrichment in this fuel. And these executive orders are going to pave the way for the U.S. to regain its lead. So we really appreciate it.
Will you be doing the AI plants? Because we have a lot of them going up now, and or soon going up, and they need tremendous electricity. Are you going to be involved in many of those plants?
Yes.
Because of this AI boom, we're becoming the AI superpower. Well, that's going to take a lot of electricity. So you're going to need energy pipelines. You're going to need transmission. And the fact that it takes 3, 6, 7 years for the permitting. So what worries me is that somehow we get bogged down in a legal morass, because this administration is really trying to get America back to building again.
It's the AI that we need energy to be able to fund those computers. There is not enough energy to power them right now. Wind and solar ain't going to cut it. So the future and us being able to remain dominant, especially for our military, but also just for the basic powering of homes, we're going to have to go to nuclear. What do you guys think? Are you still afraid of nuclear? You guys tell me what you think below. Are you still afraid of nuclear? Are you ready to go nuclear? Put it down in the comments below, especially if you're in my quad club, my Doug and Exile people. It's time to open our minds. And you put in go nuclear, as George Bush used to say, go nuclear. I'm Doug in Exile.